Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. I am so glad to have you here. Today we're going to talk about some palettes that I'm freaking excited for. Eyeshadow palettes they're my thing. They get me so stoked. Today we are talking about two from Karity, which I have not tried before, but I've seriously had my eye on Karity for like ever, especially when I started hearing that they're like MAC dupes. I was like, what? Because they're so freaking affordable. So, hello, I was thinking about them. So the two we are going to be talking about today are the Unicorn Dreams palette, which looks like this. Yeah. And then the other one is the Just Peachy palette, which I know is going to be so up so many of your alleys. It is all the warm tones, all the peachy tones, all the gorgeous. So I'm going to do a look with each of these today. So I started with this one. I ended with this one. This is actually the one that I'm wearing on my eyes right now. Sneak peek. And please also, I want to mention, just ignore like my whole hair situation. I just got out of the shower like 20 minutes ago, so it's still air drying, and so just ignore that. And I obviously have a shirt on, strapless. These palettes are, spoiler alert, freaking awesome. When people say these are incredible, comparable to higher end quality shadows, that is exactly what they are. They're freaking $25 each, which is insane, especially for how many shades you get. 15 shades for $25. And guys, the quality in here, and I'm telling you this first impression because I just used them just now for the first time, like freaking blew my mind. You'll see me talk about it in the actual tutorial part of this, but there is no fallout, there is no kick up. These are pressed so perfectly, and the shimmer shades have an insane amount of color payoff. I can't even explain it to you. It's crazy. And they come with this super, super big, like good quality mirror. It's actually a good mirror, but it's in this super slim, it's like cardboard, but it's like heavy. Like this feels very solid, but they're small and they're compact, so they're really good travel mirrors. The whole time I was doing this video, I was just using the mirror from this to do my shadow, and it was amazing. I love the size of these. I love the options. This unicorn one is like, if you need any colors in your collection, just grab this palette. It has everything you need. And I was able, oh gosh, I love both of the looks that I got out of these. I just won it. I had no idea where I was going with it, and then I did it, and I was like, I feel like I could do a million more looks because I have so many options, and then I would love them all just as much. Like, I'm seriously freaking out over these. These are so awesome. I am super excited to give you guys like a tutorial and my first impressions. This really was my first impressions. I haven't even swatched these yet. I'm going to insert swatches, but I haven't swatched them yet myself. I'm going to do that next. So what you saw was my sincere first reaction, and these are amazing. They both just came out. So they're the newest releases from Karity. And you know what, Makeup FOMO, we are all about bringing you guys the newest release information of any brand. Karity is a little lesser known, but I have heard quite a few YouTubers talk about them, but they're not all over the place yet. I'm sure they will be. I just think this is a brand that you guys and more people need to know about, and they have so many palettes. They have the Nudes and Rudes, which I really, really want to try. That's like their kind of more neutral, basic, browns and golds, that kind of thing. That looks incredible, but these are the newest ones, and they're incredible. I am so interested in trying more things from them because I'm blown away. I'm just blown away. So I can't wait to show you guys. Let's get into the swatches, and then I will show you the tutorials. Let's go. I have just my face makeup on. My eyes, I just have concealer, the Ulta Full Coverage Concealer, and then I just set it with a loose powder. And I was thinking we should start with the Unicorn Dreams palette because this one is so pretty and so fun. I'm so excited. So this is what we're working with. And I don't know, I've been trying to think about what I should do, but I think we obviously have to do something colorful. I'm looking at these purples, and I'm looking at these like mauve pinks down here. So let's just see what happens. The only thing that, which isn't that big of a deal because I've already set my lid with a powder, but there's no like cream, like matte bone shade to set your eyelid with, which I like to have in palettes, but I can do without. But, oh guys, and my nails are done. So they won't look as janky as they normally do. So I think what I want to do is just take, I don't know, let's be crazy. I think I want to take Gallop, which is like a matte greenish. It's like a really, really faint green on a big deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques. Deluxe crease brush. And I'm just going to throw that in my crease and let's see what happens. So off the bat, it's not like super pigmented, but it kind of lays down a nice little base for blending. But I definitely don't think, you know, if you're trying to go for like a green eye, this would necessarily be the color that you would use. And it looks matte in here. Yeah, it's definitely matte. On the eye, it almost looks like has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it doesn't in the swatch. Maybe was there something on my brush? I don't know. Okay. So this one is like literally talking to me. So let's do that and put this kind of in our crease too, a little bit lower. Ooh. That is freaking pretty. And it's blending out really, really good. But guys, this is so crazy. There's literally nothing kicking up in that pan. Do you see that? There's no kick up. There's no fallout on my face. These are like nicely pressed. I'm incredibly impressed with the quality. Like my last video was the Subculture palette. So whenever I hear the word kick up or fallout, I think of that palette now, which is so unfortunate. Poor Anastasia. But this looks, I like how it looks, I like how it feels, and like my palette is staying clean. What more could you ask for? Okay, so I'm feeling a halo type look. Crazy, I know. But I really want to use this shade Secret right here, which is like a purple, but it's pretty deep, almost like a plum, definitely shimmery. And we haven't used any shimmer shades yet, so let's see how this goes. Doesn't have a crazy amount of pigment right off the bat, but it builds on top of itself really well. To be honest, I don't even like using shimmer shades with a brush. I'd always rather just use my, yeah, see? I'd always rather just use my finger every time. So I'm just gonna pat this on the outside corner, which I'm already doing. I'm gonna put it on the inner corner too, leave the middle of the lid blank, and then do the same thing to the side. Using your finger seriously changes everything with these shadows. Just don't bother with a brush. Can we just talk about how pretty this shade is? I love it. I was kind of expecting it, like in the pan, it looks a little bit more deep and plummy, but on the lid, it's kind of like violet. I like that. So I think I want to put this sparkle, it's literally called Sparkle. I really want to put that on the lid. I think that looks like right in the center. I think that's going to really highlight the middle. So let's try putting this all over the center of the lid. I'm excited. Just going to use my finger again because like I told you, it's what it's all about. Do you guys see that? That is so, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is so crazy. All right, I'm into, this is like my favorite shade so far in the whole palette. I am into that. This shade you are about to use this every day. So I'm just going to reapply, per usual, a little bit more of the secret shade to the outer and inner edges of the lid. Per usual, whenever you put the middle shade on, inevitably it's going to blend out a little, and you want to just kind of reapply to make the edges seem a little more seamless and blend them together. Oh yes, I'm liking this. I think what we need though, just to deepen the look a tiny bit, I want to use this forest shade right in the corner here, and I want to just kind of lightly sweep that through my crease in the outer edge just to deepen it up, kind of bring the whole look together, and I think that's going to add the perfect touch that we really need. So I think that was the perfect touch. As you can see, it just deepened the look up a little bit and kind of like brought it together. But I am so into how this looks right now. And the last little touch I want to do before I put on my liner and mascara and whatnot is I want to use Spark. And I'm going to put that under the brow. Yeah. You know what? This would probably be a really nice face highlight too, I bet. I'm also going to pop that in my inner corner. Holy brightness. Like, how bright are my inner corners now? That looks sweet. And then I think what I'm going to do very, very last, just to bring a little bit of the Noah shade, that like turquoise teal, that's like periwinkle, right? That's definitely periwinkle, would you say? Yeah. I want to just sweep a tiny bit of that underneath the lower lash line, I think, just to kind of add a fun subtle pop. I'm not going to pile it on, but I think that'll be fun. Guys, I know summer is over, but like, I'm not ready for these summer makeup looks to be over. Are you? Well, I mean, I want there to be fall. I'm ready for fall looks, don't get me wrong. Like, give me all the vampy lip shades and the super dark eyes and the scars and the sweaters and the boots, but also give me periwinkle under the lower lash line. I want both. I mean, it's makeup. There's no rules. You can wear this look in the fall. You can wear black lips in the summer. You can do what you want. So this is the shadow look. What do you guys think? I think it's fun. So even though I feel like this palette might be a little bit daunting at first with all these shades, you could make it work. I mean, even if you wanted to keep it simpler, you could use like these 3 shades and then just throw this one or this one on the lid. I mean, you could make this wild and you can make it wearable. This is like a super versatile palette. I don't think that you would think that upon, first look, but I mean, there's a lot of options here. So I think this is awesome. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to just put my liner and mascara on, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look. I just threw on a little bit of top and bottom mascara and tight lined, didn't waterline, but what do you think? This is so fun. I love this. I haven't done like a really fun, glittery, colorful look in a little while, but I'm all about this, and my top is like kind of like the purples and pinks, sort of like this eyeshadow, so I think it is so fun. I love it. This palette is so handy. I think if you need to add a little bit of color to your collection, this is what you need. This has like all the basic different kind of colors that you would want to have for just a fun, especially like I'm thinking Easter, right? Like it's kind of pastel. I think this would be perfect for that. There's so many different looks that you can do, and like I said, they could be crazy or they could be super simple. I think this is kind of somewhere in between, at least for me it is. So I am so into this. I hope you guys liked it, and let's move on to the next palette. I'm also going to take a salt and vinegar chip break because necessary. Who else likes salt and vinegar chips? Let me know. My fiance hates them, but they're my absolute favorite. Let me know down below. Okay, so now on to look number 2 with the Just Peachy palette. I'm so excited about this one too. So this obviously is all the beautiful warm tones, peachy tones, shimmery shades. Same thing, I'm not exactly sure what we should do, but what I am excited about is that this one, and like the unicorn one, does have that creamy matte shade that I was talking about. that I think is just a necessity. So I did set my lids again with powder, but I'm still going to use this because I think this just helps to neutralize. So I think the first shade that I'm going to go in with is Atlanta, which I love the name of that. I literally just got back from Atlanta like 6 days ago. I was just there and I loved it there. If you're from Atlanta, what's up? So I'm just going to grab that and throw it into the crease. Whoa. You guys see how much color just came off? I like literally just barely tapped my brush in. And that is some serious color veil. Yes. And I know I keep using the same brush, but I keep wiping it off. This is the Miss Glam Ipsy blending brush. I just really like it right now. Guys, that is the perfect transition shade. So that was Atlanta. I didn't say, but the cream shade is Freshly Picked, which I think these names are so adorable. So I think the next shade that I want to go in with, which I'm going to go a little light with it, but I want to try Warm and Fuzzy. That's like the super hot orange corally shade. And I'm going to go into that with just an Anastasia blending brush. And I'm just going to tap into that lightly and just warm up the crease a little bit. Perfect. That added some really, really pretty warmth and blended so well with that Atlanta shade. I love that. So what I want to do next is I think I'm just going to take both of these like deep brown shades here are really pretty. This organic one is just kind of your typical like matte dark brown, but Fruity is kind of like a plum, like a brown plum, which is also really pretty. So I think I want to go in with Fruity. I don't know, it's just, that's really speaking to me. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I think I'm just going to start deepening out the outer corner a little bit. This shade is not overly pigmented, but it's kind of nice because you're not going to accidentally just dump on like way too much product and just make your eye look way deeper than you were planning to. It's very, very buildable, which is awesome for beginners or honestly anyone, because I always feel like it's nicer to be able to just build and blend rather than like, bam. And especially with the shade like this kind of shade, if you went too crazy, you could easily look like you got like beat up and punched in the eye. Oh, and I also wanted to point out there's like, again, no kick up, no fallout. The formula, I don't know what this formula is, but it's like kind of my favorite right now. So that's about as deep as that's gonna get, which I like continued building, and that's pretty much as deep as you can get this. So if you're looking for something really deep, this shade is the darkest in the palette, but it's really not gonna get dark. So if you're looking for something a little vampier than this or just a little bit smokier, you're probably gonna have to use a different palette or just a different shade to deepen it up. But for the sake of this look, I think that it goes and it blends really well. I think that the cool purple with the warm like coral shades, I think they're vibing. So I think, oh gosh, what color should we put on the lid, guys? I don't know. I'm thinking, I don't know. I like this juicy shade. I think that's pretty. But I don't know. I'm kind of looking at like these oranges, like totally sweet and delicious. These two. Do you see these shimmers? I'm telling you, like what? I can't even imagine if I were to enhance these what these would look like. These would be like straight up metallic. And like usual, just using my finger because that's my jam. I love it. I just love it. I'm going to touch up with the Fruity shade again. And then I'm thinking right is totally subtly in the center of the lid, I want to add a princess because it's kind of a coral, and I think it would be nice just to have a really bright, just little pop right there. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Guys, this is so freaking pretty. These colors. Oh my gosh. And there's only like 1,000 other looks you could do with this. Like, I'm looking at these two over here. I don't know. And then this whole bottom roll is just neutrals. If you just wanted to do just a typical eye, your options are endless here. I'm serious. I'm going to take Glow Up. I'm going to put that up here. Wow. Yeah. I'm telling you, I have never tried shimmers this shimmery, like, without enhancement. I'm trying to think. I don't know. These are like the best. Like, they must be. I can't. I'm going to put on some liner and mascara again, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I threw on some mascara and a little bit of Tightline and Waterline. Guys, I don't know what look I like better, but I'm into this. I really like this. I didn't add anything to the lower lash line. Unless it's like a pop of color, I typically don't smoke out the bottom lash line a whole lot. I don't really think it's flattering. I think it kind of like brings my like eye down. I think it's just too heavy for me. So I didn't do that for this, but if you did, it'd be so gorgeous to add that fruity shade to the bottom. If you're looking for something like a little bit darker, this is freaking stunning. This palette is definitely, obviously, compared to the other one, a little bit more wearable. This one's obviously a little more fun, but you could also do some bolder things, you know, with the bright shades and the pinks and stuff. But I think this would be a perfect everyday palette, especially if you're into the warmer tones. I know a lot of people weren't really into the Sweet Peach palette, so this might be a perfect alternative if you're still looking for those. I think a lot of people's complaints was that it wasn't very peachy. They called this Peachy, and then they actually did Peachy. This is very peachy. I think if you're into that, this is probably what you were looking for. This might be what the Too Faced Sweet Peach wasn't, in a good way. I think this is probably what the Sweet Peach palette was trying to be. So if you were kind of missing that in that, I think that you would probably really be into this. And the quality, it's incredible. You will not be disappointed. I mean, look how clean. I used quite a few shades, and the palette is spotless. So I love this look. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. If you're looking for more information, we did do blog posts over on makeupfomo.com on both of these palettes. So there's definitely some more information there. Links will all be down below as well. If you're looking for information on any new or upcoming releases, Makeup FOMO has all of that too. Of course, we have our product release calendar. We have blog posts on everything coming up, everything that's recently come out. If you want to kind of go back in time and get some more information, we cover all of it. Everything you need to know is there, so definitely head over. I so appreciate you guys watching today. I had so much fun. If you'd like to subscribe, I would love if you did. We have a lot of fun here, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.